a small business, what it is, if you get a loan as a sole trader, look at your personalities and compare them. Your shares are only limited to the people whom you choose to accord those shares to. Why, hello beautiful people, and welcome to my YouTube channel, where we talk about everything personal development, from your academics to your finances to that relationship. Guys, we've got you. So if you like that and many more juicy content, please hit the subscribe button below and become part of the family. And also just take this as your big sister giving you advice, because those don't come around anyhow. So without further ado, let's get right into this video. So we are still on the topic of investments, and today we're going to be talking about a different form of investment. So basically we're going to be talking about a small business, what it is, how to launch a small business, and how to get through things like advertising, basically how to launch a small business. That's what we're talking about today. So what is a small business? A small business is a business that has got less than 100 employees. So basically, if you start a business today and the employees that you have are less than 100, you are classified as a small business. Now, there are different ways in which you can start a business. So you can start a business that is a sole proprietorship. People who run sole proprietorship can also be called sole traders. Now, when you're a sole trader, you do business all by yourself. You don't employ people. You don't have people that are coming in to do maybe your marketing for you, people that are coming in to do your advertising for you. You don't have people that you can tell to do your logistics. You're basically handling the business by yourself. As a sole trader, you have unlimited liability. So for instance, if you get a loan as a sole trader, you as a person have implications to pay that back. So if you fail to pay back that loan, the people who you've gotten the loan from are entitled to come and get your property, because you have unlimited liability. You are liable to business. You are answerable if anything goes wrong. In the same way, when you have profits that are coming in, those are your profits. You don't have to split or divide them with anyone. So this way of starting a business has got its advantages and disadvantages. When you start a sole proprietorship, the advantages are when you get your profits, you don't have to share with anybody. You're basically doing the business by yourself. So all the decisions that are coming in for the business, by the business, are done by you. You get to decide what gets to pass as decisions and what doesn't get to pass. The disadvantage with this is that you have unlimited liability. So in the case that you have a problem, in the case that you need finances, you have to source for it yourself. In the case that maybe something goes wrong, things go missing, you are answerable. In the case that you borrow money and you can't pay back, you are answerable. So that's it about a sole trader or a sole proprietorship, and that is one way of starting a business. Now, the second way of starting a business is a partnership. So one thing I like about a partnership is that you get to be accountable to someone about the decisions that you're making in the business. So when you're doing a partnership, you're not doing it alone. When you go and register a partnership, what happens is you still have unlimited liability, but you have unlimited liability with somebody else. So basically, when you're doing a partnership, you're working with somebody. And I kind of feel like this helps alleviate loneliness of doing a business, because sometimes when you're doing a business by yourself, it can get lonely. But when you have somebody else that you're working with, I feel like it's easier, you have more drive, you have more motivation, because just like the Bible says, two are better than one. When one is cold, the other will keep the other warm. So in the same way, when you're doing a partnership, you have somebody that you're accountable to. So in the days that you don't feel like doing it, you have somebody to help drive you. I would recommend the partnership form of business for somebody who feels like they're not highly motivated, or somebody maybe who gets overwhelmed quickly, somebody who feels like they can't really push on their own, somebody who's not really a person who puts themselves out there. I would recommend a partnership 100%. Another advantage of having a partnership is the fact that you can balance out your weaknesses. So in a partnership, look at your personalities and compare them. I feel like when you're choosing a partnership, you have to look at the kind of person that you are. Are you a visionary? Are you somebody who looks at maybe the long term? This is what I want a business to look like. This is where I see us going as a company. If you're that kind of person, and maybe you're not good at implementing plans and actually getting to the nitty-gritties of how we are actually going to get this vision done. I would recommend looking for a partner who is more into the nitty-gritties, somebody who is more, okay, this is the vision, so how do we get this done? So what are the step-by-steps to get us into this thing? So you want a partnership with somebody who is helping you to balance out your weaknesses or your strengths. That's the thing about partnerships. You can choose to go the sole trader way, or you can choose to have a partner. Another type of business that you can go for if you're trying to open a business is the two kind of limited companies. So we have a public limited company and we have a private limited company. So let me elaborate on the private limited company. So basically, a private limited company is a company that is limited by shares. So this is started by 2 or more people. One thing I like about the limited companies is that you have limited liability. So basically, the company is a personality by itself. The company makes its own decisions. The company is liable to any decisions. If it's sued, the company is the one that actually gets to solve those problems. So you don't have your personal things interfering with your company things. And that's one thing I like about limited companies. So basically, if you're doing a private limited company, that means your shares are only limited to the people whom you choose to accord those shares to. So basically, if maybe we have 3 founders, we'll have those people carrying the shares. Unlike in a public limited company, where the shares are put up on the market, for instance, the stock exchange. So anyone is free to buy shares in the company. So most public limited companies have like a huge number of shares as compared to the private limited company. So that's the difference. So you have a public limited company or a private limited company. The choice is up to you. But basically, if you're just starting, I would advise you start as a private limited company if you have the money for registration, because it's a bit more pricey to register a private limited company as compared to a partnership or a sole proprietorship. So if you're registering a sole proprietorship, all you have to do is name clearance. So basically, you just have to clear your name and make sure your name is not already taken. But if you're registering a private limited company, you expect that the procedure is a bit more thorough as compared to sole proprietorship. And I think it's the same for almost every country. So basically, you can choose from here which one you'd want to start. Now let's get to the business. So step 1, when starting your business, you want to have your business plan. Basically, your business plan outlines your whole business on paper. It talks about what your business is, what you do, what problem are you solving, where are you located, basically an overview, a brief description of what your business does, and stuff like that. I will not get into the details of writing a business plan. I will have a separate video to teach you how to write a business plan. When you're starting your business, you want to have your business plan, because this helps you to move step by step to know what is our company vision, what are we seeing in the long term. Helps you put your plans on paper. One thing I discovered about planning is it's so easy to talk about what you're going to start doing until you actually get into the steps of actually doing it. I feel like as you write your business plan, it also helps you to look at the feasibility of the business. So basically, how feasible is the business that I am actually planning to start? Long term, how's it looking? Is it profitable? What's my target market? Who am I targeting with this business? Because obviously, when you're starting a business, you can't target everybody. You need to have a target market. Now, for the layman who does not understand what a target market is, so a target market is basically the kind of group of people that you're targeting. So are you targeting work from home moms? Are you targeting working moms? Are you targeting men that work in aviation? What is your target market? So basically, when you're starting a business, you want to define your target market, because that will help you to know what kind of advertising you're doing, what kind of marketing you're doing, how do you sell to these people, what appeals to them. You need to study your client. So you need to define your target market clearly. And that takes me to my second point. After you've written your business plan, you need to then go on to register your business and put your business out there. So when you've decided what kind of business you're going to do, is it a sole proprietorship, is it a partnership, is it a company, you've written your business plan and who you are, what you want to do. Next step is actually putting this into action. So you want to go through the procedure of registration. It might be different in different countries. I would advise you to go and see your local company registration offices. They'll probably advise you on how to go about it. So basically, you want to ensure that your business is registered and your business is settled and ready for operation. Long term, we don't want to have people coming in and asking us to do certain things, penalties, things that we didn't know. Go and consult the tax offices, consult the registration offices, and basically do a consultation. Another thing you need to analyze is the cost of starting the business. How much is it going to cost you to get this business running? You need to ensure that you gather those funds, because you don't want to, maybe let's say, get into the business of farming without calculating your costs and then go in there, get the vegetables, and then realize you don't have enough money to get manure. We don't want to do that. You want to get into a business and you want to calculate your costs in advance. You want to go there fully prepared and ready to handle the tasks at hand, and also have a few, maybe just a little extra money in case anything goes wrong or in case you need to provide in any way. So you need to count your costs. Just like the Bible says, there is no person who builds a house without first calculating the cost, and that's just wisdom. So before you get into a business, you want to calculate your costs. Also, it's in the business plan where you do your projections, how much you're expected to get out of that, but that shouldn't be the main driver of your business. Another thing I forgot to echo on is when you are picking the kind of business that you're doing, you want to do something you're actually interested in. It's very easy for you to succeed in something you already like doing. It reminds me of in the Bible when God tells Moses to say, what is in your hands, that is what I'll use. And usually that's what God uses to bless us. Now, taking it back to the business world, you want to look at what is around you. What problems are you analyzing that you'd like to solve? You want to look at your day-to-day life. What are you already doing? What do you like doing? What do you enjoy doing? And create a business out of that. And when you are starting a business, you're not starting a business simply to make money, but it's a service. You're serving people. So basically, you have to look at what kind of people am I serving? What problem am I solving for them? Because money answers to value. And so if you do not offer value to your clients, they are not going to pay for anything. We only ever pay for things that are valuable to us. So you want to offer your clients value. So analyze your market, analyze the kind of people that you want to go to with this product. How is it serving them? What problem is it solving for them? Is it a service? Are you trying to make a service better? Let's say, for instance, you do your hair every Saturday and you don't like how your hairdresser does it. You can start a hairdressing business to address the problems that your hairdresser isn't addressing, and that will make you more profitable in the long run. So you don't want to throw yourself in the crowd. You don't want to be like everybody else. So if everybody else is starting a hairdressing company just because they want to do hair, that is not the way to go. You want to do a business because you are serving people. You want to do a business because it is your interest, it's your passion. It's so easy to excel in something you love doing, guys. Trust me, I've done things that I don't like before and realized this is not my area of expertise. Sometimes we do things to prove things to other people. Let me give an example, right? Not a long time ago, there was something that I was supposed to be doing, a program that I was supposed to be studying. And I only enrolled in this program because at the time, the person that I was dating seemed to be so interested in it. And I thought, you know what, why not? I feel like it would be, couple goals or something. I realized quickly that is not my area of expertise. And would I have gone down that path? I would have been so miserable. Long story short, we broke up and the person is not really in my life like that anymore. And now I'm like, I could have based my whole life decision on that. Anyway, so you want to pick something you're actually interested in, something you're actually passionate about. So that's the thing about business. You want to do something you like doing every day. It's not about the destination. It's not about the money. It's about the process. Do you enjoy the process? Is it something that you wake up every day and you're enjoying doing? It keeps you going, because business can get exhausting. There are times where you're going to have to stay up late hours more than anybody else. And are you willing to put in that work? Now, if you're not doing something you don't like doing, you're most likely not going to wake up. It's going to feel like a chore, and you don't want your business to feel like a chore. You want it to feel like something that you like doing already. it should feel brand new every day. You know, it should be something that, you know, even on your hardest day, it would be so easy, like a breeze for you to do it. So basically that's about business, and yeah, that's basically another tip that I forgot. So back on track, you need to ensure that you know the kind of business that you're doing, identify your target market, count your costs, and ensure that you have enough money to go through the endeavor. You need to write your business plan. You need to have a plan on how you're going to implement this whole business and where you see this going. Also, very vital, you need to consult your local registration association and get your business registered. So those are the key things and the key components that I feel like you need when you're starting a business. In case there's something that you know that I don't know about starting a business, if in case there are any tips that I could have possibly left out, I'm only human. Please don't forget to drop them in the comment section down below, and let's get talking, let's get conversating. Let's build a community of sisters, of brothers that are trying to go out there and get the bag for themselves, make a living for themselves. You know, one thing about riches is most people who are rich today started from the bottom. There are not many individuals that came from a family of wealth. So it doesn't matter what your today is, your tomorrow can be different. That's all I had for you guys today. Now, I know you would like to connect with other like-minded individuals, and it might be difficult to find people like that in your area. I have that problem as well. Don't worry. We have the Rise and Thrive community that is coming soon, and yeah, you guys need to keep your ears on the ground, because in the Rise and Thrive community, we're going to hold seminars, we're going to hold conversations, we're going to have free ebooks. In case of anything you'd like to learn about business, about investing, please, the Rise and Thrive community is the place for you. Keep your ears out, and yeah, get ready, it's coming soon. So anyway, that's what I had for you guys today. Please don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, share, and that's it. And also don't forget, don't procrastinate, and just do it.